Alright guys, get ready for the most fun you've ever had in your entire life. Today we're going to look at page format, our page properties, looking at more of on the formatting side of our page, so actually what we see in our browser. Today what I want to take a look at is, I want to take a look at putting a background image into your website. And I also want to look at changing global text and background properties as well as link display properties. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing that we're going to do is I want to show you guys how to change the background of our website. So we're going to go back to start from scratch like we always do. Get into context. What we're going to do is we're going to add to our body head. Okay, so we got nothing written in here. We'll title it Messing with Page Properties 2. Alright, so what we want to do is, I want to have a body real quick. I'm going to say this is my web page. Okay, nothing too fancy, nothing too great. File, we're going to say this is lesson 9. And open up lesson 9. Okay, so we got this is my web page. Cool. So now what we want to do is I want to change the background to black. Sound like fun? What we're going to do is we're going to add to our body tag. If I push a space here, I can actually add more properties into our body. This is one of the main reasons we have a body tag, is so we can put this kind of stuff in here. So why don't we do a background color by doing BG color, and we're going to do equals, and then we're going to do black. Okay, so see what I did? Inside my body tag, I just added this. Background color is black. Let's save it. Let's go back over here and refresh. We have a black website. However, we don't have text there because our text is black too. So we have a couple options here. We could do a font here and we could change the font color. But we're not going to do that. I actually want to change the global properties. So I want all of my text on my website, unless otherwise specified, to be the color white. So what I do here is I do space and then I do text equals, in quotes, white. So let's save it and let's refresh it. By golly, look at that, we got white text on a black page. So that's some pretty cool stuff right there as it is. Now if I want to have a couple lines here, like let me do a paragraph here and then say this is green, and then we'll do another paragraph that says this is white again. White again. Save it, come back here and refresh it. I'm going to change this to green and then have this go back to white again. And you're going to see I don't have to do much. Inside green, yes, I do have to change the color. So inside green, I have to do font. Color equals green. End it. Open this. And then I got to close my font tag. Okay, so basically, if you don't know what I did, go back a couple lessons ago where we did this. Save. Refresh. This is green, this is white again. Did I specify this to be white again? No, because it's set by default for all text unless otherwise specified to be white. We can add more stuff into this, okay? And we are going to. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with our regular and visited link colors. So let's create a hyperlink. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do an A tag, and then I'm going to do a hyperlink. Okay, this should work, right? Lesson 8. Cool. Save it, bring it back up and refresh it. See how it's purple? The reason it's purple is because it's set by default. Web browsers, for the most part, are set by default to have a blue display if it hasn't been visited before, and be purple if it already has been visited. So we want to actually change that. Okay? So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to change the color of this. The best way to do that is, well, I mean, I could change it individually if I want to, but I'm not gonna. What I want to do is I want to have all of my hyperlinks. So let's change all my visited hyperlinks. Since that's visited, that's a pretty good example. V link. Basically that says visited link equals, and then we want a color. So I want my visited links to be yellow. Why not? Just pick the color out of my ass. File, I mean not file, just click on the save shortcut. Now this is yellow. So this is saying that if a hyperlink has been visited, it's going to be yellow. Click back. So you see that. It's yellow. Now what I want to do is I want to make it so a hyperlink that hasn't been visited is going to be a certain color. So I'm actually going to block this off with a paragraph. And I'm going to make up a hyperlink. Copy this, put it here. We're going to do http://www.yahoo.com. I don't think we visited this yet. Click here for Yahoo. Actually, let me show you a little trick. Click here if I want click here to be a link, and then outside of it I don't want it to be a link for yahoo.com. Save it. So in other words, click here is blue because that's what our hyperlink is. For yahoo.com is actually not a hyperlink because it's outside of the A tag, but click here is. And I'm going to actually bring the space back and put a space here, and you'll see what this is going to change. See how there's like a little line right there after click here? If I refresh, it's gone. So now it's isolated to click here. Now what I want to do is I want to change the color of a non-visited link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do space link. So this is a link that hasn't been visited, equals, and then we'll change the color of that. What do you guys want to do? You want to do red? Red? Does that work? Save. Refresh. So now an unvisited link is red. If I click that, it's going to take us to yahoo.com. Now did you notice something? You notice how it's purple right now? Let's fix that. The reason that it's purple is because it's in what's called an active state. We clicked on it, so it, if I click outside here, it's an unvisited state. If I click on it, it's active, which means the link is actually being executed, or has just been executed, and that's it. We can change the active state. So what I want to do is right next to link here, I'm going to do a space, and I'm going to do active link, and we're going to change that to a different color. So when it's active, it'll be white. Okay, you see what we're doing here. If a link has been visited, it'll be yellow. If a link hasn't been visited yet, it'll be red. And if a link is currently active, it'll be white. So I'm going to save it and refresh it. Watch now, when I click on this, it turns white. I can make it any color that I want to. It's pretty cool. So those are pretty much how we can change your hyperlink colors around. Some pretty good stuff, man. We learned a lot already. So let's learn one more thing. Let's learn how to make a background image. Now basically what a background image is going to do is it's going to repeat itself over and over again. So it's really important that we find something that's going to look good that way. And a good place to look for that is Windows backgrounds. But we'll go ahead and we'll search Google real quick for all that stuff. So the first thing I want to do, if I'm going to have a background picture, I don't really need to have a background color. But it's a good idea to pick one in the event your picture doesn't load. Like we're gonna actually link one off of a website. Let's say that website crashed or that picture's been moved, and somebody goes to our website and the picture's not there. It's gonna actually have a background color. So we're gonna find a background that we want. So let's open up a new instance of IE. Head over to our best friend in the world, and images. And I'm gonna type background. It's probably a good thing to search for. I want to find something that'll look good looping. Ooh, what is this? I like that one a lot. None of these really look. This one will look good looping. How big is it? It said it's a humongous picture. Oh, it's too big. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna steal the small version of it. You know how we do that? I'm gonna right click on this picture and then I'm gonna click properties. And this is gonna be a pretty big little link here. But if I click here and hold it and scroll down, it will scroll all the way to the bottom of what I want here. So I believe if I copy all this, copy, right click, copy. It'll allow me to put this background into my website. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to actually jump down to the next line for this, is I'm going to do background equals, and then we'll do quote, quote. Inside here I want a hyperlink. So if I do Control V, I pasted the hyperlink I just copied. Let's see if it works. Downloading the picture, and it did. So now I have a background picture. Let's find a simpler link. Okay, that was a little bit complicated. Let me go find something that's not as crazy. See, I'm looking for ones that are small. If you can see here, it's whatever by whatever. I want one that's like 100 by something. And I don't want it to be gay. I want it to be cool looking. Bear with me while I search. Here we go. Cool little clouds. Awesome. I'm going to copy this link here. Go back here, and I'm going to erase what I just put in. But you guys understand the basic syntax, right? I do background, and then see, I can have this up on this line if I want to. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to, but it's more readable if I take it to the next line. And remember, I can do that as long as it's within these, right? I could have all these on a separate line. See, I could actually do it like this, and then I could do this. You get the point. I'm going to take it back up, though. And in between here, I want to have a hyperlink of some kind. So if I want to have my own hyperlink, that's fine. I'm just going to use somebody else's. So save it. We're going to have a nice, pretty little cloud background if I refresh it. It's got to download the picture. We got clouds. So what I'd probably recommend, let's say we're going to design a site around this color scheme. We want to have a darker font. So let's make our default text to be black. And then we'll make our visited links to be green, hyperlinks red, that's fine, and then an active link white. It'll be kind of opaque, you won't really see too much of it. That'll work pretty nicely. And I will change our background color to blue. Save it, refresh it. Okay. That's a little bit more readable. Now the reason I chose a blue background color, and now that I look at it again, I'd probably change it to maybe a lighter blue. As a matter of fact, let's do that. We need to practice doing this stuff, man. I'm going to go back here to web, and I'm going to do a color mixer. I think that's what we did before. What is this? This is probably what I want to get. Blue. Let's click on the blue here. And it's going to give us a whole lot of different shades of blue. So let's pick a nice light one. This one will probably be close. So if I double click on this, right click and copy, minimize this, go back into context. Background color, we're going to make this a hex value. So we're going to do our little number sign, and then paste the hex value in there, save it, and refresh it. See, that's cool. When the page is loading up, first of all, and it's seeking out the image, it'll be that nice pretty blue color. But let's say in the event, I'm going to change something here. The link is down. So we're going to get rid of the E here. So it's going to give us a bad link. The image is not going to load. So we want our page to have a nice default background color just in case stuff goes down. Cool? I believe that's everything I wanted to go through in this lesson. We learned a pretty good deal. We learned how to change the background color, change the text color, change our visited link, our regular cited links, and our active links, as well as putting a background image. And a little side note, this is a cool little website that I just found by accident, Hex Mixer, if you guys are down with that. I went to Google and I searched for color mixer, and here's where it ended up. Hex Mixer, that's pretty cool. So if you guys want to mix colors for your website, we click on this, we can look at shades of orange, and you know, here's a bunch of shades of orange. I can just double click this, right click and copy it, and in front of a pound sign I could change my visited link to this color. Pound V, Control V, pastes. So now they're that orange. Cool. Alright guys, have a good time with this one, and I'll see you in the next one.